Hello, fellow Realtor. In this video, I'm going to be extremely transparent with you. If you do not want to hear Russell always talking about his two favorite authors, W. Edwards Deming, our founding father of total quality management, and Robert Fritz, author of The Path of Least Resistance and Creating, then you don't want Russell as your partner and you don't want Russell as your team member. Because I'm always talking about these guys and the principles that they have taught me, which I so much enjoy using for personal success and collective success, group success. So my ace of spades is my training and learning from Mr. Deming, 1900 to 1993, statistician, mathematician from Stanford. Only the method matters. The one quote that I also like the most from Deming is 94% of all problems in businesses and organizations are problems in structures and systems. 6% are problems with people. A statistician, a mathematician, 94% problem-based structures and systems, not people. So to tie that to my other favorite author, Robert Fritz is the master of structural dynamics. A proven, dependable, repeatable method for creating. So these two authors, I can see further because I stand on the shoulders of giants. Often I'm speaking about, sharing about Mr. Deming, Mr. Fritz, and sometimes more than often, oh, he's talking about them again. Yet, very rarely do I hear others speaking in the same way. I hope that makes sense to you. Very rarely does someone saying, hey, this is a principle that I've learned, that I've practiced, that I've mastered, that I've taken to another level, and then share with me that. In fact, right now, if I probably walked up to 50 people and said, share with me one quote from a business management author that is foundational for you, that you really utilize, you really understand, has helped you to succeed, to help you to come up to a higher level of success for yourself and others. Most likely, I'm not going to hear a whole lot. So again, back to Deming, I think the quote, I might not quite have it, but the problem of management is management's failure to manage. At first it's like, what? But that's the reality. So many people, the most difficult thing to manage is people. Yet so few people are really grounded and rooted in a method. So one of my favorite books to really start off Mr. Deming, The Deming Management Method by Mary Walton. I really like in her title how she really nails that method because that's what Deming's all about. Mr. Deming, out of crisis. In many ways, America is in crisis. Short note, why is there such low inventory in America today? Because we're in a crisis. W. Edwards Deming, The New Economics for Industry, Government, and Education. My three favorite books from Mr. Deming. For Mr. Fritz, again, the master of structural dynamics, based in Boston, MIT Sloan School of Business Management. I think I got them all in order here, out of respect for Mr. Fritz. The Path of Least Resistance. Creating. So, tying together, creating the path of least resistance. Corporate tides, the inescapable laws of organizational structure. Your Life as Art, my favorite book. Beethoven, Mozart, Steven Spielberg all use a very specific method for creating. We're not taught that method. That's why we problem solve. We default to problem solving. I believe somewhere in between there, The Path of Least Resistance for Managers. One of my favorites, co-written with Robert, The Managerial Moment of Truth, a course in real estate, the importance of being transparent, speaking truth. Robert's Elements, which he refers to dipping into as you are able, just one chapter, to pick up on the momentum that Robert shares. I don't think I can get the next book in my hand here. I'll try. And Identity, the one book I've not yet by Robert. Why it doesn't matter what you think about yourself. So, Mr. Fritz, Mr. Deming. A part of Mr. Fritz is Peter Senge, the fifth discipline on systems thinking. Someday I'd like to get into Peter's information as well, since he is a partner with Robert. But until then, there's a lot here. So, to be very transparent with you, fellow possibly partner or team leader, I believe this is an incredible foundation to build upon. To pin it a little more tightly, for Robert, there's two types of structures. One's an advancing structure, where we can build more intricately, more involved, more advanced, to build upon that success. The other structure is a rocking chair. There's a certain amount of movement forward, and over a certain period of time, there's that certain movement goes back like a rocking chair, having no success. Here comes the transparency. What I see as a new realtor is musical chairs. Here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, somewhere else tomorrow. And that's why I'm creating these videos. Can't blame anybody, yet how do we get complex individuals to better fit together? I believe this is a start. And what I'm sharing with you resonate with you? Is this something you'd like to bring to as a partner, or as a team leader, or as a broker, or as the owner of a real estate office? My favorite, Mr. Deming, W. Edwards Deming. My favorite, Mr. Fritz, Robert Fritz. Who are your favorites? I'm interested in learning from you. I always go to management first as my ace of spades, and then after that, sales is put on top of that. So the management's first. Who are your favorite business management authors? These are mine. If you like, please email. If you'd like to have possibly Russell as your partner or on your team, please email me, russell@primeresultsrealestate.com. Text is always better. I'm sure you'll agree. 480-577-0304. For myself, again, being very transparent, we understand transparency because what's at stake for our clients. We understand transparency because what's at stake for ourselves, so that we can help our clients. So I hope this transparency makes sense to you. Thank you for viewing.